Most people don't truly start a new year. They simply continue their old life with a different number on the calendar. The same habits, the same choices, the same way of living, so familiar they no longer question it. And then, at the end of the year, they wonder why nothing changed. Not because they didn't want to change, but because they never changed how they live each day. If every year feels the same to you, it's not because you lack motivation. It's because you're living inside a structure that keeps repeating itself. And if the structure doesn't change, the outcome won't either. The truth is, you don't enter 2026 with a blank page. You bring yourself with you. The way you use your time, the way you spend your money, the way you react when you're tired, the way you choose comfort over progress. All of it is quietly deciding what the next year will look like. Every hour you live is an investment, not in the market, not in luck, but in the person you are becoming. If most of your time is spent escaping, then your future will be a longer version of that escape. You can't want a new version of yourself while living like the old one. There is no magic here, only truth. If you want a different year, you have to live differently. And the first step isn't adding more goals. It's removing. You can't build more when everything is already crowded. Most people fail not because they lack goals, but because they keep adding goals to a life already full of distractions. Real commitment always comes with loss. You can't walk one path fully while keeping every other option open, just to feel safe. If you want to take things seriously, you have to let some things go. Habits that help you forget the emptiness, conversations that don't move you anywhere, relationships that keep you tied to an old version of yourself. Not everyone can walk with you forever, and that doesn't make you a bad person. The clearer the goal, the smaller the circle, that isn't loneliness. That's selection. After you remove what doesn't belong, you start to notice something else. You don't lack discipline. You're living in an environment that makes discipline almost impossible. Too much stimulation, too many choices, too many things pulling you out of the present moment. People who build meaningful things aren't stronger than you. They simply have fewer options. They don't decide every minute whether they should work or not. They removed the things that made that question necessary. Focus doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from removing more. When there's nothing more appealing to choose, the work becomes the default. Real discipline isn't forcing yourself to suffer. It's designing an environment that doesn't require constant resistance. Many people say they'll start when they're ready. But the truth is, no one feels ready before they begin. If you need the perfect moment to improve your life, chances are you'll always be waiting. You don't need to start strong. You just need to start sooner. And more importantly, don't stop. You don't need speed. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to continue. Most people don't lose because they're incapable. They lose because they quit right before change starts to compound. Real progress is always quiet. It doesn't impress anyone right away. No one applauds, but it accumulates. And when you finally look back, you realize you've gone farther than you ever expected. There are things in life that can be taken from you. Money, status, circumstances, but skills remain. Every skill you learn doesn't replace the old ones. It stacks on top of them. That's why investing in yourself is always the safest investment. Someone who spends a year becoming truly good at one specific skill will never be completely helpless again. Money can disappear, ability stays, and ability always finds a way forward. You don't win with a single explosive moment. You win by staying long enough for others to quit. You don't need a perfect year. You just need 1 year where you don't return to the old version of yourself. 1 year where you stop negotiating with what's been holding you back. If you can do that, things will begin to change. Not loudly, not immediately, but clearly enough for you to feel it. This time, something is different. 2026 doesn't have to look like the years before it. It can be a turning point. And that turning point isn't on the first day of the year. It's in the decision you make today.